I got the first question for me that comes to mind is that a lot of times when we go through these, for lack of a better term, these crucibles that you went through, we can take them very much to heart when we go through this hope marketing, as you described it. We like, oh man, like this project, this business, it's my baby. And then I sent it out into the world and my baby couldn't flourish and survive. Mm-hmm. How did you like come back from this crucible? Because clearly you did, and it clearly took a while. As you described, you only recently got rid of the last of the product. How does one bounce back from this? Not necessarily physically or financially, but emotionally.
Sure, that's a great question. Well, I wisened up in the beginning just because of that issue. And you're right, it got to this point of me questioning myself, right? Am I a failure? Rather than looking at it as, did this business fail? And just seeing this almost as a computer program, right? AI, just did it work or not? I didn't have that mindset at the time. And so I really took it to the heart of this, I'm a failure and therefore I can't do it. Well, I had an opportunity, actually, ironically, partly because of this failure, I had the opportunity to join a marketing company as a project manager and really started honing my skills a bit more rather than just what I had read or just what I had started dabbling in myself. I actually got a good bit of that training, which, you know, hindsight 2020, I probably should have done in the beginning. I'd talk to someone who knows what they're doing rather than just trying it all myself. But that part really set me back mentally for a while, to be honest. That issue perpetuated to the point of not willing to be able to do anything out on my own. And I realized just at the time how much that really affected, as I mentioned before, it really affected my identity in this case, right? And this is the identity. This is something that I've really been fascinated by the past year or so, is this identity and what effect that has on us and what we do or don't do, right? Let me give you an example. I remember back when I was growing up, I was lucky enough to have braces. Everyone who knows the irony of that statement. So I was lucky enough to have braces at the time. And of course, that makes you feel a bit more awkward. You don't ever want to smile. You don't want to have this mouthful of metal showing everybody. And in and of itself, not smiling gets to you, right? It's that psychosomatic idea. It's this problem that we're creating for ourselves just on the physical nature. The same sort of way is if you get up, you start jumping around, you start bouncing around like you might do at, let's say, a Tony Robbins event. You start feeling really the endorphins start flowing and how much of a difference that can make on you mentally, right? But I remember here when I had braces, I didn't have the best of habits with them, and I would still drink soda all the time. And just another reminder for me of how well that worked out. I still have, as a matter of fact, a hole in one of my teeth that I had to get filled because of this. I would always be drinking these sugary drinks and ended up causing myself this problem that would go on forever, effectively, because of this. And it wasn't until I really made the conscious decision of, all right, I am no longer a soda drinker. It's not that I can't. I can, but I made the conscious choice of I am not a soda drinker. And therefore, from there, something as basic as that, we're talking about soda, for goodness sakes, but something as basic as that, then I realized just how much my mental capability has in order to fulfill that identity that I have on my mind, right? When you make the commitment as far as your identity, I am this or I am not this, you will go to the ends of the earth to fulfill that. And this is what I was missing in creating this first business, in this supplement business. I didn't have that identity of this commitment of I am going to make this happen. I am this type of person. I am this successful entrepreneur. I didn't have that mentality. I didn't have that identity. And so it was almost as though I was bound to fail because I was going to allow myself to fail, right?
Oh.
So understanding this concept has made a world of difference in this case. And it's one of the first things that I love doing when I talk to somebody new. It's really helping them overcome that identity if they're struggling in any way, and having the ability to just get in and speak to them and help them see themselves in a brand new light and make this personal commitment towards an identity, especially if they weren't thinking that before. One of my favorite things, probably one of the most rewarding things I do.
That's incredible.